we will be sending you out.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Shinu ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
No one is planning to come to the campus.
Actually, we are thinking of that, and now we are actually working from home.
Okay. No, I am asking our own people. Everyone is comfortable behind. Yeah. Who is the intern? Sai Kiran? Are you?
Ashita will be there. Niran is there. Sai Kiran is a trainee.
Oh, okay. Okay. Niran is there, right?
And Ashita both.
Okay.
Niran is in hackathon. I think you received a mail on that.
Fine.
Yeah, he's handling that, and Ashita would be here handling the things. Even Niran would be joining.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
We will come to campus, ma'am. I know I promised you I'll get a TT and get everybody once to the class.
Yeah, exactly, Sandeep. We are waiting for it. At least one session, I think, would be great.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that. I think that experience is different altogether.
Yes, yes. Okay, so thanks for joining everyone and welcome Nithin. Nithin is all smart and ready to make everyone know because this certification is so important for us, and some of you are already working on Azure, but others, those who are new, I'm hoping that Nithin is going to make a very interesting and exciting session. So this module and all the Microsoft Azure module is actually handled by an organization called CloudThat. Hope you are aware that CloudThat is one of the affiliated organization which is doing Microsoft Azure certifications. So Nithin belongs there to that organization. But Nithin will work closely with our alignment, our processes and everything else. That it's a credited program. It's not just the certification for us. It brings about 4 credits to you in your program. And the continuous assessment, evaluation, all that has to go on, right? So while you work on the practical part of it, there is also a final exam, which is certification. We will consider certification as the final exam, but in between, we will have some mock exams and all that so that you get your internal assessments as well. So that means we are not going to put pressure on anything else. There are no other assignments. There is only 2 mock exams and 1 final global certification. And as you are aware, we are looking for 100% passing percentage, and Nithin has assured us that, right, Nithin?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
so,
they also
you
need to work on that.
Yes, you all have to work closely with Nithin, because we have experienced last in some other batches that if you have not practiced enough, as usual, that you will not clear the certification, and there is only one chance of doing it. And it's little intense because this particular AI engineer module has text, vision, speech, everything is like a combined module is this one. So I'm hoping that you will get great exposure as well as practice as much as possible. Later in your second year program also, there would be a lot of cloud applications that you would end up doing. So it is super important that you all clear this module with great marks. I think out of 100, right, Nithin?
Actually, 700 is the actually 1000 is the total marks, and out of that we need to get 700 marks for passing the exam.
Yes, yes. I think last batch we had somebody, Pulikishi, I don't remember exactly. Somebody got 866 or something. That was one of the highest.
Yeah.
So we are looking for somebody beating that record, right? So anyone?
It's Ravi who scored the highest. Shinu.
Yes, yes, yes. Anyone wants to beat that record? Yes, no? I hope everyone says yes, right? It's very interesting. It's very practical. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy this session. Nithin, I understand he also comes from teaching background, but being trainer for multiple organizations, not just in universities, but corporates, working professionals program. and looking forward to a great session. So do not miss even a single Saturday, single session. One idea we have got, or one of the suggestion we got from the previous batches, is that to make everyone align with the program, that we conduct Saturday and Sunday, and then give one Saturday for practice and next Saturday for exam. But for some reason, none of you are agreeing. So we are okay with that. That means one Saturday, if you don't practice next Saturday, then you will not have the continuity. So it's going to be stretched upon almost one month plus 2 more weeks. But if you do not practice, that's why maybe together, if you all can decide that we will complete it faster, that would be great. Otherwise, we are with you. We know that you have you are working almost 7 days. You will end up working, which is not good. But let's decide that Saturdays. But then please ensure that you practice, because this practice is visible to us. How much you are practicing, how much you are able to complete all the assignments and practicals, and lot of materials, as you are aware, it's available in GitHub. It's all about practice. So Nithin, over to you, and looking forward to a great session. And anyone from the participants, anyone wants to ask anything? Because Nithin is definitely going to talk about what are the modules and how the exam questions are spread across the modules. Lesson plan and everything is there, so you can definitely have any Q&A with Nithin as well. Hello.
Ma'am, that subscription was there, right? For that when we log in with our Reva ID for those resources. So
Yes.
that one I wasn't able to get. Shall I reach out to anyone else for that?
Yeah, you can send a mail to program office, and then we will immediately look into. See, there are a few things that which we will be sharing. Say,
Sure, ma'am. I think we are sharing all the Azure passes with them, so they can have the subscription with that Azure pass itself.
yes.
So they don't need to take care of any other subscriptions.
Yeah, and that subscription is extended to almost 2 months.
2
Yeah,
months,
2
right.
months. So, which is usually not the case. So we have asked the extension, and for your benefit. So please make use of every, every bit of it. Anyone? Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Any questions? One attempt only. Please note, one attempt only. If for some reason you are not clearing it, second attempt would be you have to pay additionally, right? In this course, we will cover only one attempt. Soumya, anything you want to ask?
Ma'am, sorry, I joined a bit late. Good morning. So how soon we should be appearing for the exam? Any time bound duration is there?
There is a 1-year voucher is what you will get, but that is not applicable to you, because we are on a modular sequential program. We want to move finishing off. That means while you are allowed to take in any part of the year, but then what we have mandated is that 26th, 5th, 12th, 19th, we would complete the module with the Nithin's help. 26th, we will do mock interview. We will see the score. If all of you are comfortable in the mock score, then second we will, that is April 2nd, we will do the exam, or if required, April 9th. That's it. We will not extend that timeline.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So over to you, Nithin, and all the very best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So
Gopi has emerged from sleep. No.
No, it's not like that, Shina. I was listening.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
okay, I hope that all of you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. A very warm good morning to one and all. It's my immense pleasure and privilege to be here with you all. And I'm your instructor for the course on Azure AI 102, which deals with designing and implementing a Microsoft Azure AI solutions. Before diving into the course, I would like to give a brief introduction about our company, CloudThat. We were the first company in India to provide training and consulting in cloud, IoT, AI/ML, DevOps, and so on. We have trained over 400K professionals, 100 plus corporates, and delivered 200 plus projects across the world. We have a strong team of 150 plus certified cloud experts with consulting experience. And we are very proud to say that we are the Microsoft Gold Partner, AWS Advanced Consulting Partner, Google Cloud Partner, and the winner of the Microsoft Asia Superstar campaign for the India for the year 2021. So this is a brief introduction about our company. And who am I? I'm Nithin Prince John, working as subject matter expert in Cloud That. I have delivered 30 plus national and international workshops and trained 2100 plus professionals across the globe. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and an IUCC certified educator. And I also was a team member of leadingindia.ai project, which is the India's largest AI and deep learning skilling project. I'm very much passionate about learning new technologies, and I'm very much interested in learning more about the AI technologies, specifically computer vision, deep learning technologies. So that's about me. And if you need to know more about me, you can visit my LinkedIn profile, and here you can see my badges. So can we start our session? Is there anything you need to know more about that? Is that okay? So before starting our session, I would like to know the participants. So your level of understanding in Azure, okay, your level of understanding in Azure. And for that, I'm going to have a quick poll. So I need participation from everyone. So let me share the link with you. So you can directly visit that link, and you're going to see a question there. You can vote for your answers, and I'm waiting for your response. Okay, so I need your participation. So one responded. Okay. I'm getting good response. We have around how many participants? 26 participants are there altogether, but here now, okay, that's good. All of them are there. 16 votes are given here. What about others? You just need to go to that link and submit your answer. That's the only thing that we need to do. So one more thing that I need to inform you that you can directly use your laptop rather than watching all these things in the mobile. You can use your laptop for listening to that and also for doing the practicals. So 14 responses. Okay. What about others? Only 17 responses. What about others? What about others? Okay, anyway, from this survey, I'm getting like this. Most of them are beginners in this field. Okay, most of them are actually beginners in this Azure Microsoft Cloud Services. And 3 of them are having some intermediate knowledge in cloud services, specifically Azure. Whatever it may be, we are going to, after completing this course, we are good with Azure, especially in doing AI applications. Okay, that I will assure that. Okay, I will assure that. So let me go to the PowerPoint presentation. So what about this course? Okay, what about this course? In this course, you need to have some software development skills. Okay, we need to have some prerequisites. So what are the prerequisites? You need to have some C# or Python language knowledge. Okay, that means I am here following Python as the language for AI. Okay, so Python is the most important language, so you can deal with. Okay, so Python is the language that I'm going to deal with. And if you need to work with C#, then also you can do that. All the codes are given there. And then you need to have some understanding on REST and JSON. So REST is representational state transfer. This is a web standard. Okay, so this is a web architecture, and we can work on HTTP protocols. And next is the JSON. This is a representational format. Specifically, we can call it as JavaScript object notation. So these are the things that we need to focus on. And if you have an idea regarding this Python language, Rust and JSON, then it will be more good to do AI applications. Okay. So when we are designing some AI applications, you know that you are all are from AI and ML background, and you are familiar with training the things or training the models. Specifically, you are going to learn about supervised learning and supervised learning like that, right? So in that, you're going to train some models. After that, you're going to deploy those models. But here, what we are focusing is that you will be having some pre-trained models. Okay, you will be having some pre-trained models. That means you don't need to train anything. Models are already developed by the Microsoft itself, and you can directly reuse that for building your AI applications. So thereby, you can reduce your time for developing your projects. So the first important point is Azure Cognitive Services. Okay, so Azure Cognitive Services contains many services like computer vision, natural language processing. I will explain each and everything in the upcoming slides. For all these services, you can use this Azure Cognitive Services. And next, you will be having the Azure Board Services. What do you mean by board services? You're familiar with some boards. For example, if you're visiting some site, then in that site itself, you'll be having some boards. If you have any queries, you can directly type your query in that board, and the board is going to reply to your answer. So we are going to build such type of boards using the Azure Board Service. Then you're going to learn about Azure Cognitive Search. So Azure Cognitive Search means when you need to search some data, normally what you do, you will directly go to the Google, or you are directly go to the Bing and type the queries that you have. Okay, and suddenly you're going to get the response from that browser. So like that, you're going to build your cognitive, with the cognitive search, you're going to build your cognitive solutions, search solutions. You're going to build your search solutions. So these are the main three areas where we are actually going to work on. So let me, this is all about the course. So let me tell you the course agenda. In this course, you will be having 12 modules. Okay, you need to have to study 12.
Can we go back to the previous slide?
Sure.
1 second.
Sure. So do you have any doubts in this?
Cognitive services, can you just brief a little bit?
Sure. Cognitive services means suppose you need to train your models. Okay, if you need to train your models, then you can use computer vision services. Okay, computer vision services, or for example, you need to I will take another example. You need to find the sentiment of a sentence. What do you mean by sentiment? You will type some reviews after buying some items from the Amazon, and after that, this Amazon is going to read your reviews. Okay, and they are going to put a positive, negative, or neutral type of sentiment to that particular sentence. But in order to build that sentiment systems, you need to train, right? Is that you need to train. So here, what the thing is that with the language service, you don't need to train anything. You can directly give your sentence, and based upon the sentence, this model is going to tell that whether that sentence is going to be a positive sentiment or negative sentiment. Are you getting my point?
Exactly.
So we have some pre-trained models there, and there are also some provisions for training with our own data. We can do that. And apart from that, in this AI 102 course, we are mainly dealing with this cognitive service. Likewise, we will be having the computer vision service. We will be having the language service, then language understanding services. So many services are there within this cognitive services. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So anyway.
Nithin,
Okay.
I have why the cognitive services and cognitive searches made it different, because search should be a part of service now.
No, actually, they have given it's a separate product or it's a separate service. So for the board service also, they are building like that. Board service is a separate service that is not actually part of this cognitive service. That's specific modules that we can use.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Maybe I'll ask in going forward.
Sure. So apart from that, we will be having other Azure AI services, applied AI services that you can directly use in your end-to-end applications. So they divided the services into different categories, and cognitive services contain some of the services. And apart from that, you will be having specific service for creating bots, specific service for creating your own search solutions. Okay. So we move on. So basically, in our AI 102 course, you'll be having 12 modules. In the first module, you're going to study about what exactly AI is and what all are the things that we need to take care of. For example, responsible AI. While designing AI systems, we need to be responsible, right? We need to be responsible. If anything goes wrong, who is responsible for that? So all such type of principles we are going to study in the first module, and along with that we are going to study about what all are the type of services that this Azure is going to give you. And in the second module we are going to learn about how to use cognitive service in your application. That means if you are interested in developing one AI application, how you can use or how you can make use of these cognitive services. Okay, I told you that there are different type of cognitive services. With these services, depends upon the application that you are focusing, you can pick specific services and you can integrate these services in your own application. And in the second module, you are going to learn about that. And in the third module, you are going to learn about natural language processing. So what exactly natural language processing is? It deals with making sense of written or spoken input. Okay, so suppose we are giving some text and we need to find the sentiment. Then in that, we are actually using the natural language processing. So there are different domains that comes under this AI itself. So like computer vision, machine learning, NLP, so many things are there. So so many technologies are there. And in this third module, we are mainly concentrating on natural language processing part. And in the fourth module, you're going to learn about speech-enabled application. You're familiar with Cortana or Alexa or Siri. Okay, in all these applications, what we are going to give, you're going to give a spoken input. And in response to that, you're going to get the reply from that devices, right? So how we can design such systems, how to work with the speech applications. And in the fourth module, we are concentrating on that. In the fifth module, we are actually focusing on language understanding solution. Language understanding solutions means when we talk, the system needs to understand the intent. Intent means what we are actually asking for. Okay, it needs to find out that. For example, I am asking like this, what's the time in Bangalore? Okay, if I'm asking such a query, then what is the main intent? I need to get the time in Bangalore, right? I need to get the time in Bangalore. So get time is the intent there. So along with that, I can ask like this, what's the time in, say, what's the time in London? So London is the place there, and I need to get the time. So we need to understand our languages. So we are creating language understanding solutions in module 5 and in module 6. So basically in module 6, what we are focusing on question answering solutions. So you are familiar with FAQs, right? FAQs. If you have some queries, what we are doing, you are going, suppose you are using Netflix. And if you have some queries regarding Netflix, then you're going to the Netflix website and you are going to see some FAQs there. And you're going to search for that specific question that you are having, and you're going to get the answer for that. So it is a time consuming task, right? It's a time consuming task. Rather than it will be better to directly ask the question and get the answer immediately. So rather than searching through these FAQs. So here we are going to build a question answering solution in the 6th module. And in the 7th module, we are going to work on Azure bot services. That means you can create your own bots, and later on you can deploy that bots in various channels like Microsoft Teams, or you can deploy that in your websites. Okay. Then in module 8, we are going to learn about computer vision. So it is actually dealing with making the machines to see. Okay, we have the capability to see this world, right? So likewise, we are teaching the machines to see. So all those topics will be going to be studied in this module 8. Then you're going to learn about custom vision solutions. Custom vision solutions means here we are actually using the computer vision itself, but the thing is that we can train our own models. You can train our own models like image classification, object detection. If you have the data with you, you can train your own models. But in computer vision, what's the thing is that you'll be having several pre-trained models. You cannot train anything in computer vision, but in custom vision, you will be having the provision for training with your own data. So that we are going to study in module 9. And in module 10, we are actually dealing with how to detect the face, how to analyze the face, and how to recognize the face. These all are dealing with computer vision technology itself, but they are giving specific modules for this. So in module 10, we are focusing on that. And in module 11, you're going to learn about how to extract text from images and documents. I think you're familiar with Tesseract. Tesseract is a tool with which we can extract the text from images. Okay, so likewise, here Azure provides you with some pre-trained models. With that models, you can actually extract the text from images and documents. You're going to learn about that. And in the 12th module, you're going to learn about knowledge mining solutions. Knowledge mining solutions means you're going to create your own search solutions. Okay, that means with the Azure Cognitive Search, you're mainly going to use Azure Cognitive Search in the module 12. So you're going to build your own search solutions. So these are the 12 modules, and my agenda is to complete 3 modules in a day. Likewise, 4 days are there. We are going to complete 12 modules. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have any queries, you can directly ask me, and I will be available for you. And let me move forward. So this is my proposed plan. Okay, this is my proposed plan. And when we look into this plan, you can see that in the first day, you're going to complete module 1. Then you're going to study about module 2, and you're going to learn about module 3. So 3 modules are completed by today itself. That's my agenda. And you'll be having lunch time from 12:15 to 1:15. So sometimes it may vary. So pardon me for that. And you may have certain doubts. So if you're dealing with so many doubts, it can take time. So whatever it may be, it's not a problem for me. We can we can satisfy all your doubts. I can rectify that. And in the second day, we'll be having the module 4, module 5, and module 6, and followed by you'll be having a quiz. And you'll be having some lab sessions for that. Okay, you'll be having some lab sessions for that. During that time, you can design your own applications. That means you'll be having some boilerplate codes, and you can work on that. And in day 3, you're going to learn about module 7, module 8, and module 9. And likewise, in the last day, you're going to complete all the modules. Okay, so this is the proposed plan. And talking about the lab environment, there are 2 ways in which you can do your labs. First is you can use virtual machines. Okay, you can use virtual machines, or you can use your own environment. That means if you have the laptop with you, you can work on that. So there are 2 ways in which we can actually do the labs. And there are some prerequisites for that. So first of all, you need to have the Windows 10 operating system. Okay, so that's the first requirement. Then you need to have the Visual Studio Code. That is the IDE with which we are going to develop our own applications. And you'll be having 2 options. One is C# or Python, but here we are mainly focusing on Python. We are going to work with Python language. Then you are going to have the Bot Framework Emulator and Bot Framework Composer. So these are the 2 softwares that we are going to use to implement Bot. Okay, that means in order to develop chatbots, we need to have these 2 softwares. We need to use these softwares. If you're working with your own laptop, then you need to install all these things. And I will explain each and everything to install, how to install these softwares. Please listen to that carefully. If anything goes wrong, then it will be very difficult to run your codes. Okay, so we need to take care of that. And along with that, okay, you're developing your application, but in order to use the cognitive service, or in order to use the cognitive search service, you need to have an Azure subscription. Okay, you need to have an Azure subscription. This is the important point. Okay, you need to have an Azure subscription. So how you're going to get Azure subscription? Some students is having, or some professionals is having this Azure subscription with you, but whatever it may be, we are providing you with the Azure Pass. Okay, with this Azure Pass, you're going to have this subscription with which you can actually work. Okay, so these are the details regarding the lab environment. And from I think 11:15 onwards, I am going to explain how to install all these softwares. So please carefully listen to that during the lab environment setup. Is that okay? Is that clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If you
One
have,
question here.
okay.
Sorry. Sir, can you also guide on setting up the working environment on Mac? Not during the class, maybe side on the some other time, or maybe.
Sure. We can take care of that. Here, the thing is that now, if you're facing some issues with the OS, then what we can do, we can use the virtual machines for that. It's simple, super simple. We all have the softwares in that virtual machine. We can directly work with that. Okay, I will tell you the procedures for that. And apart from that, I will tell you the instructions for how to install that in Linux too. Is that okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So after completing, so how to complete this course? Now we are dealing with the instructor-led course. Okay, now we are actually dealing with the instructor-led course. After completing this instructor-led course, you can review the modules in Microsoft Learn. So Microsoft Learn provides you with all the modules, and you're going to get all the topics related to each of these modules, and you can go through the Microsoft Learn content. And along with that, for passing the certificate, for passing this exam, you need to go through the Microsoft documentation too, because so many questions are actually asking from the Microsoft documentation too. Okay, so we need to prepare this exam in a serious manner. Otherwise, it will be slightly difficult. So apart from that, you need to learn, you need to read all the materials in Microsoft Learn, and also the contents from Microsoft documentation. Okay, and the total marks for this exam is 1000, and you need to get 700 marks for clearing this exam. Okay, you need to get 700 marks for clearing this exam. There is no title like distinction or first class. There is no title for like that. Okay, if you're clearing 700 marks, then you're going to get the Azure AI Engineer Associate. This is the one of the super certificate that you can get, and you can directly during the interview process also you can show that, okay, I am actually certified in Azure AI Engineer, and you will get your positions there, right? So this is the badge that you're going to get. This is an associate level certificate. So there are different type of certificates from Microsoft. One is a fundamental level certificate, and next is the associate level. These are role-based certificates, and the validity is for 1 year. Okay, after clearing this exam, this certificate is having validity for 1 year. After 1 year, you need to again renew your certificate. Okay, for fundamentals, there is no nothing like that renewing the certificate. For associate level certificates, you need to renew your certificates. Okay, after 1 year. Then there is another category called export certificates, and these are the 3 level of certificates with which we are going to work with. And here we are mainly dealing with the associate level certificate. Okay, so this is all about the module 0. Okay, module 0 means introduction to the first course. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Can we go back to the previous slide, please?
Sure, sure.
That's reappearing in the exam, right? We have to retake the exam. It is complete exam have to be redone, or it's kind of only like a quick check, or maybe delta or something like that. Like.
Yeah, exactly. I will tell you regarding that.
Okay.
Here, you don't need to write anything in that. Okay, you don't need to type anything in that. You just need to drag and drop the things, and you will be having some multiple choice questions. Then there may be some multiple answers for a particular question. So like that, you'll be getting so many questions, and there are also code-based questions. And in the code-based questions, what you need to do is that you don't need to code anything there, but you need to have a proper understanding on what exactly the code is doing. So then only you can select the appropriate answer from the drop down. I hope that it's clear to you.
I know what I meant to say. Do I need example the mark? There are 1000 questions. Do I need to even I'm retaking the exam, retake, or maybe renewing? Do I need to do again 1000 like others? Or
no, it's not like that. After clearing the first certification, during the renewal process, you will be getting some questions in the Microsoft Learn. It's a different strategy for the renewal.
Okay.
You don't need to write the exam from the. It's not like that. So some contents are getting modified after 1 year. Okay, so
got it.
You need to focus on that updated contents. That's the policy that Microsoft is coming up with, and this procedure is actually introduced in 2021. So
any reason why it is, sir? Any reason why it is 1 year? Because 1 year is too short in a way.
Yeah, but technology is updating in a larger way. So they are actually redesigning the things. And
but it is fees also. Do we need to pay, or it's because they're trying to make money? Just I'm trying to figure that out.
So for renewal, we don't need to pay anything.
Oh, okay. Then it's
but
fine.
We need to pass that. Otherwise,
I got it.
We are going to lose the certification.
Then it's fine. Then makes sense, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So this is all about the prerequisites and about the course. And let me open this first module. So if you have any queries, you can directly unmute your mic and say regarding that. Okay. I'm free to answer your queries. So let me start with the first module, Introduction to AI on Azure. So basically, you are dealing with AI and ML course, and you may be using TensorFlow, PyTorch for developing the things. But here, the thing is different. Here, you are actually working with the cloud services, and you need to learn about how to fastly develop these applications. Basically, in this module, you're going to learn about what exactly AI is and what all are the services that is available in Azure. So these are the two things that you're going to study in this module. And along with that, in this introduction to AI, you're going to study about responsible AI. Okay, you're going to study about responsible AI. So what all are the principles that we need to take in care? Responsible AI. So this is one of the major thing from Microsoft. There are 6 principles for this responsible AI. We need to take care of that. So these all are the 2 lessons in this module. So let me start with the first lesson, Introduction to AI. And you all know that one of the famous researcher, Andrew Ng, calls AI as the new electricity. Why so? Because when electricity was invented, it transforms every aspect of our life, ranging from transportation, industries, medicine, and so on. Then the question is, what exactly is AI? Okay, so that's the main question that I'm having. So let me show you one photo. You can see this image, and you can tell what all are the things that you are getting from this image. You can type that in the chat box. So or you can directly unmute your mic and say regarding that. What all are the information that you are getting from this image? What all are the information that you are getting from this image? Can you tell that? Or whether I need to take the
No. But the car manufacturer, vehicle number, model number, and maybe
exactly.
color.
So we are brilliant, right? We are brilliant to get all this information from this image. You can see the manufacturer here. The car is from Honda, right? Here you can see the license plate, and the number is NSX999, and you can see that it's an orange color. Okay, orange with black top, right? So you're going to get all this information just by seeing this picture. And there is one man inside this car, that is the driver, right? So how good we are, right? Think like that, how good we are. And think of a software which is going to take this image and giving you all this information. So that is exactly AI. Okay, think of a software, and to that software we are giving this image, and this software is going to give all the information, like it's an orange car with a black top. The number is NSX999, and the manufacturer is Honda. It is having 4 wheels. Okay, it's a sedan type car. Okay, so you're going to get all these things. Then such type of applications or such type of softwares is referred to as AI. So the basic definition of AI is, it can be any software, okay, that exhibits human-like capabilities. It can be any software that exhibits human-like capabilities. Then you may ask, what all are these human-like capabilities? What all are the different type of capabilities that humans have? One is the visual perception, right? One is the visual perception. Visual perception means we can see this world. We can see this world and understand the things from that. Likewise, in AI, we are teaching the machines to see this world. We are teaching the machines to see this world. We are mimicking the visual perception. Okay, we are mimicking the visual perception. And for that, we are using one specific technology. Can you name that technology? You are from the AI ML background, right? That's why I am going to ask you that question. Which is the technology that you are using for this visual perception, mimicking this visual
vision?
Exactly. Computer vision is the domain where we are dealing with vision, and also we are dealing with images and videos. Okay, so visual perception, when we are dealing with mimicking visual perception, think like the technology, it's computer vision. Next is the text analysis. What do you mean by text analysis? We can read newspapers and understand the things from that. We can read the newspaper and understand what exactly the language used there. So we will be having that capability. Likewise, we are teaching the machines to get that capability. So that means text analysis. We can detect the language, we can get the sentiment of that language, or we can get the key phrases, what are the important points present in that sentence. You can get all these things by using text analysis. Then next is the speech. Speech means we are dealing with the spoken input. We can talk, right? We can talk. Likewise, machines can talk, and in response to that, they can give some reply. And here we are actually dealing with speech. Okay, here we are actually dealing with speech. So speech is the next capability that we are having, and we are going to mimic that capability. Next is the decision making. So what do you mean by decision making? Think of anomaly detector. Think of anomaly detectors. What exactly is anomaly detectors? Suppose I'm having a credit card monitoring software. Okay, credit card monitoring, transaction monitoring software. My normal buying pattern in a week is say 7,000 rupees. Okay, that is my buying pattern. 7,000 rupees is the credit card transaction that I am actually making in every week. And suppose in a particular day, I'm making a transaction of 1 lakh rupees. So at that time, from the normal behavior or from the normal pattern, it is making some changes, right? So it is going to pick out that change and it is going to intimate that to you. So thereby you are going to get the intimation regarding that particular thing. So decision making means we'll be having the capability for taking the decisions. Thing like that. I purchased one laptop from nearby shop and I found that it's not so good. When I'm thinking about buying a new laptop, I won't go there. I will look for some other shops. So that's the decision that I'm taking from my experience, right? So decision making is another type of human like capability, and we are going to mimic that using this AI technology. Please look at this. How many human capabilities are listed here? Visual perception, text analytics. When you're getting some question, please remember regarding that. Visual perception, text analytics, speech, and decision making. Is that clear?
Yeah, Nitin sir, right? Visual as well as text, we can make it same or like obviously text the way we read, it's obviously using kind, no?
But the thing is that actually it comes under natural language processing, right?
Yeah, right.
Natural language processing is one of the area, one of the technology, and computer vision is another technology. And there are some situations where both these technologies will come together. For example, in an image, you will be having some text, right? So at that time, image is there, and from that image, think of the autonomous vehicles. And when these vehicles are going through the roads, they need to actually focus on the road signs and they need to look through the boards. Okay, so from that boards they are getting the information. So we are going to read that, and there we need to actually use the text analytics and also speech. You need to actually synthesize that speech, right? You need to generate that speech from the text. So there are certain applications where we need to combine all these things. So it depends.
Yeah.
Okay, is that okay? Is that clear to everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming to this data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, these are the three buzzwords that we are hearing for so many years. So what exactly is data science? What exactly is data science? Can you tell regarding that? What exactly is data science? Can you give?
Sorry, sir. One question on the previous slide.
Okay.
So visual perception, text analysis, and speech, and then decision making. Why we are keeping decision making separately?
So,
I mean, cannot be clubbed this. We are making visual perception, so there is some inherent decision making in that.
Yeah, sure. Your answer is your query is actually exactly right one. In Azure, we will be having separate module for decision making. That's why they are going to give a separate name for that one, right? So in Azure, we will be having decision making solution as a separate thing. It's not comes under this computer vision or text analytics like that. So based on Azure, we are going to classify these things. So when we are talking, okay, when we are talking about computer vision, yeah, exactly. There also we are making some decisions there, because all these technologies are actually interlinked with each other. We cannot say like it's an independent field. We cannot say it like that. All the things are actually linking with each other. So then what about data science? Can you give an example for data science? Is there anyone who can give a definition for data science? Okay, so I'm going to give a simple example. I'm owning a company. Okay, I'm owning a business. And in that business, I'll be having so many products. So this business is actually generating lots of data, right? This business is actually generating lots of data. And I need to analyze this data. And after analyzing this data, I need to get some insights. So based on that insights, I'm going to take the decisions. So you'll be having data with you. Okay, you'll be having some data with you, and you're going to apply some mathematical or statistical technique on that data in order to interpret that data, or in order to get some details from that data. And if you're getting that information, you can use that for taking decisions. Okay, that is entirely denoted by this data science. So data science is the area where we are actually dealing with application of mathematical and statistical techniques to analyze data. Then what exactly machine learning is? What exactly machine learning is? So if you need to learn about machine learning, here I need to say one thing. Normally, AI problems can be solved using data or rules. Please note that AI problems can be solved using data or rules. When we are solving AI problems using data, we call it as machine learning. Okay, when we solve AI problems using data, we can call it as machine learning. So in order to have a better understanding on that, so let me take my whiteboard and explain you what exactly machine learning is. So think like that. Normally, every problem in computer science, okay, every problem in computer science, how you're going to solve that? So every problem in computer science can be solved by using writing programs. Okay, so you are writing programs for solving every problems. So to these programs, okay, so let me, it's a program. Wait, okay, it's a program. Let me erase the complete thing and start from scratch. So this is the program that you are having. And to that program, you're going to give some input. Okay, you're going to give some input. So this is the input to that program. And you're going to get the output here. This is called as traditional programming approach. You're writing the program for solving that problem, and you're going to give the input here, and you're going to get the output here. There are some cases where you find difficulty in writing the program. Okay, there are some cases where you find difficulty in writing the program. For example, suppose I need to design a system, and that system needs to recognize car images. Okay, that system needs to recognize the car images. That means I need to write a program. To that program, I'm going to give the input as images. Okay, I'm going to give the input as images. And what will be the output? What needs to be the output? It needs to predict the label. That means what exactly that image is. And in my case, I need to detect car. If I'm asking you to write a program for that, is that possible? Is that possible? Yes or no? Is that possible? I'm asking you to write a program, and that program is going to take the car images, and it is going to tell that it's a car. Can you write a program for that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
All of them are saying that yes, right?
Yeah, it's
No,
right.
no,
You're right.
no,
possible?
for me, we can't write that because it's not a business logic, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a fixed logic. We may find difficulty
No,
in writing
actually,
that.
no. I can use like no some logics. No, I can derive out of it that no, this is this like no, it has this 4 tier, 2 tier. I can see like no, at least to some extent I can do it in a
Okay,
way.
for some extent you can do that, but you cannot solve most of the cases because
Yeah,
car
correct. Yeah.
can come in different variations, like a sedan. Then you will be having the SUV. Then hatchback is there.
That
If
kind
you
of too much detail is yeah.
it is too much difficult to write all the logics there. So there are
Correct.
some cases. If I am asking you to write a program to take this handwritten digits, and it needs to tell what exactly that digit is, it will be very difficult because each of one is having their own handwriting styles, right? So there are some situations where we are not able to write a program for that. So there, what we are going to do. So there comes the machine learning algorithms. So you're going to learn about machine learning algorithms. So what exactly machine learning? So before talking about, okay, so what exactly machine learning algorithm is? So the idea is here you're going to give the input and output. Okay, you will be having the input and output here. So think like that. You're going to give input and output as the input to the machine learning algorithm. Okay, to this machine learning algorithm, you're going to give the input and output. So what exactly this machine learning algorithm is going to do? So it is going to find out a relationship between this input and output, and it is going to give a program for you. So the output of machine learning algorithm is a program, or in other words, we can say that it's a model. It's a model. Okay, so program model are interchanging, right?
I mean, set of rules. We give the input and the expected output, then we get the set of rules or the model.
Exactly. So that can be treated as a program, or you can treat it as a function. Okay, there may be different names for that, so don't confuse with that. So this machine learning algorithm is going to give you a program, or in other words, more specific words, we can say that it's a model. So once you get this model, what you can do? So this is the program that you are not able to write, right? So we are giving that task to the machine learning algorithm, and you're going to get that model. Once you get that model, take out that model. Okay, take out that model, and to that model, okay, take out that model, and to that model, what you're going to give? You're going to give
Input,
the input. Okay, in our case, it's the car, right? It's the car.
And automatically it will predict output.
Yeah, it is going to predict the output. So here two things that we need to take care of. Basically, when it comes to the case of machine learning, both of the things needs to be there. First of all, we need to get the program, or we need to generate the model. And after that, with that model, we are going to predict the output.
Yep.
I hope that it's clear to you, right?
Yeah.
So I will give you some example for that. So let me take one.
Hi, Nithin.
One application. Yeah.
Nithin, sorry for interruption. Jai Shri from Cloud. I just there are many students who are not there in the attendance list. So I just saw a message from Dr. Shinu Abhi now that I'll be getting the list. So I'll be sharing the MOC with Pulakeshi sir.
Jayshree, sorry. Jayshree, I think you have received all 26 participants list, right? From Veena.
From Meena, sir.
From Veena, yes.
Yeah, Veena has sent me, but there are many people whose name is not there in the list.
They are from race.
Okay, maybe they are interns.
Yeah, that
Okay.
Jayshree.
Ashita and
yes.
Panindra and
yeah. So there are few interns in the class.
I'll just be putting their email ID in the chat. I request them to share their Reva University mail ID so that I can add them in the list and share the attendance. And in the meantime, Pulikeshi sir, I'll be sharing the MOC and passcode key with you. Kindly share it with all the attendees.
Fine. I'll do that. Jayshree.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks, Nithin. Over to you.
Okay. So all of you can see this this site, right? So this is one of the sites that I have developed, and what I'm going to do, let me show you that. So the same image. So in my system, I'll be having that car image, right? What I'm going to do. So let me show you that. So this is the car image that I'm having. I'm going to drop this car image here. And after that, I'm going to submit that. So it is going to predict it as an automobile. So here we can see that it's an AI application, right? It's an AI application. I'm not going to define any logics here. Because I don't know how to write a program for that. So here I used machine learning. And here at the top right, you can see my GitHub profile. And here you can see one Onyx format. Can you see this? Onyx, ONNX?
Yeah.
So this is the model. The model that I'm actually getting. I'm using this model, and to this model, I'm going to supply this image, and I'm getting the output. So this is the idea of machine learning. Okay, so this is the idea of machine learning that I need to explain to you. So let me continue with the slides. And here you can see like this: machine learning, use of data and algorithms. Okay, use of data and algorithms to train predictive models. Here you are going to get the output as models, and you can deploy that models in whatever applications that you like. It can be a web application or it can be a mobile application. Okay, it depends upon you. So this is the term machine learning. And what do you mean by artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence means in order to build some AI applications, you need to have some models, right? But the main thing is that AI is the bigger umbrella, and within which we have several technologies, and you learn like this. Within this AI, we will be having the sub area called machine learning. It's right. Okay, within the bigger area of artificial intelligence, we will be having a sub area called machine learning. But think like this: With the machine learning, you are going to get these models, and you're going to deploy these models in some applications so that you can give, or you can actually release that products, and we can call it as a AI product. Okay, you can call it as a AI product. I hope you got that point. Okay, once you get this model, you can deploy that model in a website, or you can deploy that model in a Android application, and we can say such type of applications as AI applications. Is that clear?
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Nithin, Gopi here.
Okay.
Since we are discussing, I mean, it may not be related to the completely the context that what we are currently discussing about. Okay, but if you see, go to the previous slide, please.
Sure.
So we were discussing about the broader scope and the understanding of data science and where the machine learning fits in, and after that where the artificial intelligence fits in, correct? Okay, so to be a person from a background where I came from, okay, so we have data mining techniques which were almost doing what we are doing it right now, or discussing it right now. So can you, if you have any visibility into that line, where do we draw the line between data mining, AI, machine learning, and these things?
So basically, yeah, I got that. So basically, AI is the bigger umbrella. Okay, AI is the bigger umbrella. And inside that, you'll be having machine learning as a subset. Okay, machine learning is the subset of AI. This is machine learning. And inside that, you'll be having another category called as deep learning. And basically, data science is another area that is actually overlapping with this AI section. We cannot say that it is completely inside this AI or like that. And when we talk about this data mining also, we are not saying that we can apply AI techniques in that data mining solutions itself. So data science means this is the area. This is the area. Okay, this is the area of data science. And data mining, and we can use data mining in both these fields. For in the data science also, we are using data mining, and in AI also, when we need to integrate some applications, we are going to use this data science, machine learning, and data mining all together in a one single application. I hope that it's clear to you.
Yeah, let's take it outside the class.
Okay. So, so many fields are there, but here the overlapping is taking into the picture. Based upon our applications, we need to meet the goals. So that's the main idea that we need to take care of. And when we talk about AI for software engineers, what all are the skills that you need to have? You need to have the coding skills. Okay, you need to have the coding skills. It can be in C#, Python, or Node.js. And here we are mainly concentrating on Python. Okay, then you need to have some understanding of how to consume API, that is application program interface. We can use REST calls, or you can use the software development kits for that. Then you need to have some concepts of DevOps, where we are dealing with the source control, CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so these are the software development skills that you need to have. I'm not telling about by herding all the codes. It's not like that. You need to have some understanding on that and what exactly happening in this. And during the entire course, I will tell you what we are actually doing. And along with that, you need to have some conceptual AI understanding. So you need to learn about what exactly model training is. I told you that if you have the data, with that data, you can train your own models. So that is called as model training. After the training is completed, you're going to get that model, and you're going to deploy that model. And to that model, you're going to give some inputs. So, and this model is going to give you some predictions. That testing part is called as the inferencing. Okay, that testing part is called as the inferencing. Inferencing means after creating this model, you're going to give some input to that model, and you're going to get the output. So that part is called as the inferencing. And when it comes to the case of probability, so here the model is going to give you some outputs. And to this output, you're going to get a probability and confidence score. For example, if I am giving the car image to the model, it is giving some probability like 93%. That means with 93% of confidence, it is saying that, or with 93% of probability, it is saying that it's a car. Okay, remaining 7% is there. Or for example, with 5% it is saying that it's a truck, or with the remaining say 2% it is giving some other type of classes. So here we are picking the maximum probability. Based upon the maximum probability, we are saying that it's a car. Okay, so probability is associated with the outputs. Then you need to understand about responsible AI and ethics. In the upcoming slides, we are going to learn about the responsible AI and ethics. What all are the things that we need to taken care of? Okay. Let me tell you regarding the considerations of responsible AI. First is fairness. So you need to study regarding these 6 principles. In exams, they will surely ask you relating to this. Relating to this responsible AI. So what do you mean by fairness? Think like that. Think of a loan approval system. Okay, think of a loan approval system. And this loan approval system is going to give the predictions. Okay, this loan approval system is going to give the predictions based upon the person's gender or ethnicity. Is that good? Is that good? It's a question for you. This loan approval system is going to take the person's characteristics like gender and ethnicity for getting the predictions. Is that good?
No, it is biased.
No.
Yeah, it is biased. It is biased towards. It is biased towards. We
Towards
can
the
say that
male,
it's
Gender.
gender and ethnicity. It's not a good system, because the main factors that we need to taken care is the salary part. Okay, we know that when we are going to the bank, and based upon our salary, they are going to give some loans. So salary can be taken care there, but they don't need to think about the gender or ethnicity. It's not a good thing. So if it is biased towards that thing, then fairness is not there. While designing an AI system, it needs to be fair enough to give the prediction. Okay, it needs to be fair enough to give the prediction. So this is all about the fairness and reliability and safety. Think of the autonomous vehicles. And if these companies are releasing these autonomous vehicles, it needs to be tested well. Okay, it needs to be properly tested. Otherwise, what will happen if anything goes wrong? Then it will affect humankind, right? It will affect human life. So reliability and safety needs to be there. While designing AI system, we need to reliably test the models, and after that, after the testing process, we can release those models, and we need to take care of reliability and safety. Then privacy and security. Think of hospital data, whether they are going to give you the data. If you're designing some AI application and it is related to some medical application, and if you're going to the hospital for getting the data, whether doctors are providing that, yes or no? Yes or no?
They won't provide.
They won't provide. Why? Because there is some privacy related to the patients, right? So they need to taken care of that privacy matters. Some security needs to be taken care, because these think of the other data. Think of the other data. We all have other. What happened if that other information is leaked? So it will create problems. So whenever we are dealing with the data set, or whenever we are creating these models, we need to taken care of privacy and security. Okay, so this is the another principle that we need to taken care of. Then inclusiveness. What do you mean by inclusiveness? Think like this. Suppose I am developing a home automation system. And that system is not providing any audio outputs. Okay, so think of a home automation system that is not providing any audio outputs. Is that beneficial to the visually impaired people? Is that product is helpful for visually impaired people? No, right? When we are designing some systems, we need to consider everyone. Or we should empower everyone. So while designing the systems, we need to take care of that. It should bring benefits to the society. It should bring benefits to all people in the society. Okay, so that is called as the inclusiveness. Then transparency. Transparency means if you are developing one product, okay, if you are developing some AI applications, then we need to understand what exactly the things are happening there. Okay, we need to know about what all are the limitations of that system, or what all are the things that system can do. Okay, so normally when we purchase some products, we are going to get some we are going to get some brochures regarding that, right? So what is the contents inside that brochures? It denotes, it will give you with the explanation of those devices like that. So transparency means when we are releasing some AI systems, we need to taken care of the explanation of that system. That means what all are the things with this system can do, and what all are the things that the system cannot do. All those things needs to be taken care of. Then is the accountability. Accountability means if something goes wrong with the AI system, who is responsible for that? Can you tell that? Who is responsible for that? If we are releasing some AI products and if it goes wrong, who is responsible for that? Whether the software or humans, who developed that?
The people who developed.
Yeah, sure.
Who developed?
Developers are responsible for that because they need to properly test the system before releasing that. So accountability needs to be taken care of. Okay, so there are 6 principles: fairness, reliability and safety, privacy and security. You need to keep in your mind these principles. Okay, reliability and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency and accountability. Okay, so these are the 6 principles that comes under responsible AI. And okay.
Before you go for lesson 2, I have a one small important announcement for the team, and this will be the last announcement. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay.
Yeah. So team, the MOC and passcodes has been sent to Pulakeshi sir, wherein in the meantime he'll be distributing it to you. But the important announcement here is kindly don't redeem your MOC or the passcodes until and unless you get the strict instruction from Nithin, from the trainer Nithin, like how to redeem your MOC and passcode. He will let you know how to redeem your MOC and passcode. Until and unless you get that instruction, kindly don't try to redeem your MOC or the passcode, because MOC is the Microsoft official curriculum, which will be your lifetime access. And if anytime Microsoft updates its curriculum, it will be automatically updated. So don't redeem it. And passcodes are for your lab access. So if anything goes wrong while redeeming it, for example, if you put one small code or if it goes invalid, the alternative MOC or the passcode cannot be given to anyone. So I repeat this again. If any mistake happens while redeeming your MOC or the passcode, the alternative MOC or the passcode cannot be provided. So if you have any doubt or any query while redeeming the MOC or passcode, feel free to reach out to the trainer Nithin, or feel free to share your screen with his permission, and he will help you out to redeem it. But don't redeem it by yourself and make it invalid, because you will not be getting it. You will not be getting any alternative of it. Hope I'm clear. And if you have any doubt or any query, please feel.
Sure, Judge. Judge, I would recommend just not leave the message in chat. That way, people who join or maybe missed, they can read it in a way.
So, sir, here I do not have that
okay. Sure,
option of
madam.
doing. I have to make the announcement.
Fine,
that
madam.
is the
No problem. No problem.
I'm
no
so
problem.
sorry. Thank you.
No issue.
Yeah.
No issue.
Okay. And yeah, if you have any doubt, please feel free to reach out to me or Nithin. And yeah, kindly don't redeem it until trainer will help you out. And if anything announcement is there, or if you want my help, you can just pull me back, Nithin.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Yeah.
Hey, Nithin, Gopi here again. Nithin, the question will be very, the fairness we are talking about, responsible AI or AI 360 program, or some company have the different naming conventions, and they have self-defined algorithms that which they work together, right? So what is the relationship? I really do not have the complete understanding on the fairness or pre-processing algorithms or post-processing algorithms or something like the algorithms that which are cleansing the fairness in case if the data is being fairness towards certain level of judgment. So is there any relationship between the fairness that what we are discussing here and is that the one that bias variance trade-off relationship between the fairness we are discussing here and the statistical method of variance and bias trade-off?
Okay. So let me explain that. So think we need to develop a system for predicting the grades of a student. Okay. So in that case, you will be having some data regarding the students, like the name of the student, then the address of the student, then we'll be having the entrance score, then we'll be having the 10th mark and +2 marks. All these informations are given to you. And in order to predict the future grades, whether that name and address needs to be there.
Okay, so what you mean to ask me, when there is an irrelevant fields which do not really contribute to the prediction or for the model accuracy, you want to say that that doesn't comes into the fairness?
So if you are removing, if we are introducing that to the model, then it is not fair, because that thing does not contribute to the output, right?
But it depends on the use case.
Yeah, we can use several statistical tools for depending the for understanding the relationship between the input and output.
Exactly. For example, if the same well-known case, you know it probably. Okay, so my question here is there any relationship between the fairness we are discussing here with the variance and bias trade-off?
So
Okay,
variance and bias trade-off is actually carried out during the machine learning training itself. After training, we need to check whether whether it is too biased or some variance is there. If that's the case, then we need to avoid that overfitting and underfitting like that, right? So you need to have a good fit. So that all related with the model training. I'm not telling about that model training part. I'm telling you regarding while we are designing the systems, we need to take care of what all are the features that we need to use in that model. So while designing the loan prediction system, loan approval system, we don't need to use those gender like ethnicity of the persons. We don't need to consider that. If you're considering that, what will happen? It may be biased towards that features. Is that clear?
Okay, so let us take the best example that been discussed for the fairness, right? Okay, so in the judicial system, it was being observed that a person who belongs to certain level of community, even though he is being treated as unfairly because that guy belongs to that community or the tribe or something like that in the judicial systems, right? So there is a high probability or there is a high tendency towards the unfairness that can be given in the judgment, and it has been proved. Okay, so in such cases, the models that which we have given had more bias or less fairness, correct? And the system has been not been approved or been the models has been discontinued, or in the other way around, whatever that examples that you have been taken in the loan applications that what we are seeing today, that comes into the transparency, because why the loan application has been rejected or approved or been sanctioned, loan has been sanctioned. Okay, so that comes to the transparency, because the clerk that who is sanctioning the loan, when he feeds the data of a particular person, so he couldn't able to, he simply says that the loan has been rejected to the customer, but he do not have any explainable points that which can tell that this is the reason that my model has suggested to not to sanction or to sanction the loan. Correct.
Exactly.
That comes,
Exactly. There is some relation between fairness and transparency when it comes to the case of there is a,
so that is the point that I'm coming to. It all depends on the business case.
Sure. So when it comes to the case of Microsoft, they are specifically separating these two things, and there are some cases where both the things are going to be intersect with each other.
Okay, so there are certain level of predefined algorithms, you mean to say, that which are going to process these factors.
I'm not saying about the algorithms. I'm not talking about the algorithms. It is all about the principles that we need to take care. So there is a term called explainable AI. Have you heard about that explainable AI? When it comes to the case of deep learning, we know that it can be treated as a black box, but still, so many researchers are finding out how exactly it is going to be worked, right? So there is a term called explainable AI, and in all those cases, we are coming up with fairness and transparency, both these terms.
Okay, so let's proceed.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Nithin sir, I have a question. So.
Okay.
No, this one, right? Actually, like in bias, right? Explainability biased or something. So, is any way we can correct it, or we need to rerun or retrain? That's the only option, or how is that? Like, I know there is a example fairness in transparency. Also, I use explainability. It says something like explainability on what basis it says. That's it. So, how do I correct it and all? Is there
Okay,
any
so
like?
I got that.
Yeah, it'll be part
We
of.
need to retrain our models.
Okay.
No, it's not a part. We need to retrain our models because
Okay.
once we train with our data, we are going to get a model, right? So we cannot change any. We cannot manipulate that model. So in order to retrain with the new data, only option is retraining.
Okay, and also, sir, actually, how say I'll have 1,000 no columns or 1,000 no parameters. Actually, is there any way I can find out like no these are the like no columns are biased or these are the thing in because I can't go one by one verify it. Gender is easy for me to say, but maybe when I take a lot data, right, data set of data, in that case I don't know which is related to how it's biased and all. Is there any way I can check like no if I run my after my model my trained and all if I run through something it should say like no these are the things it's biased or something like that.
I got that. So the thing
Okay.
is that before the training itself, we need to do the EDA part, exploratory data analysis part,
Correct.
right? So after doing these things, we are only taking the features, right features for training the machine learning model. So
Correct.
we can treat like this. We can treat like this. So when we are designing the model, you're going to give the right features, and after that you're going to get the model, and you're going to get the prediction from that model. So before that, we will be having several procedures like the data preparation part. In that data preparation, we need to take care of all these things.
So assume that if I'm doing the deep learning I will not worry about data featuring and all just run through deep learning. I- is there any way it can verify it can tell you or something like that because doing a ED on some data which unknown, I need domain expert, all that will get into trouble. In a sense, is there any way like it says this field is like no, I can do a correlation one part that is at least to reduce the number of thing, but other like no, is there any way we can no, verify it like no.
So I got that.
Bias.
When it comes to the case of deep learning, we are directly giving the data without any data. Okay, so some data processing is there, but when it comes to the machine learning case, we are doing a lot of works in the data. After that, only we are going to feed that data into a machine learning algorithm. But when it comes to the case of deep learning, what we are again, when it comes to the case of deep learning, we need to go through that data set and we need to find out the features. We need to find out the exact features. We are only giving the right features to the deep learning algorithms. If you're giving some other features, what will happen? Of course, the model will not give the right response. So there also we are performing some EDA part. It will be good to have some knowledge in EDA. So if you are combining this EDA with the deep learning, then you are going to get better results.
Sir, in I think I remember something. IBM there is something for it just checks the fairness or some there is a some tool is available. I
Okay,
think.
Rajanna.
Oh yeah, IBM.
There are three steps that we perform when we are doing this AI, responsible AI. One, without knowing your data, you can run set of pre-processing algorithms.
Okay.
One is post-processing algorithms. Once you run a model and you get certain biasness or certain untransparent or not accountable.
Okay.
So for each and every stage of processing the data, you, as Nithin directly said, that EDA. So in EDA, the set of algorithms are quite different. They will manipulate the required factors at the pre-processing level once you collect your data. They know that this particular data had certain level of fairness, there is certain level of non-transparency, and or it is having some privacy and security issues. So all these factors will be addressed at the pre-processing stage by few set of algorithms. You can get that in the GitHub code. Okay. And the next one is while process. Sorry, Nithin, please go ahead.
Okay, apart from that, we have in AI 900 course and also in DP 100 course, we have a specific modules for machine learning algorithms. There you will be having the designer part, machine learning studio, then you will be having the auto ML. There you will be having the provision for visualizing your data, how the features are interlinked with each other. Okay, so if you're going with that machine learning part, then you can find out all these things. But in this course, we are not actually dealing with this machine learning part. that means we are not training any machine learning algorithm here. I hope that you got the idea. But in DP100 and AI 900, we will be having some experiments for doing the things in Machine Learning Studio and with the AutoML approach, where you can learn about how to visualize the data and
But
how
Azure has anything to check this, no, biasing and all, because I think just now I checked IBM has that no fairness, 360-degree fairness check or something like that.
surely in Azure also we will be having that in the Machine Learning Studio.
Okay, okay. Sure.
In the Machine Learning Studio, you will be having several options for visualizing the things, how the things are correlating with each other. Like that,
Okay.
you're going to get all the details here.
Okay.
But in
Sure,
this course, we are not actually covering that Machine Learning Studio part because it is not incorporated in that.
Okay.
For that, we will be having the DP100 course, which is completely covering each and every aspect of how to train machine learning and how to
That is
deal with the
DP100,
data.
is it?
DP100.
Okay.
DP100.
Thank you.
So that's specifically for data science. If you're passing the DP100, you are going to get the data science associate role.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me go with the second lesson, that is AI in Azure. Okay, so what all are the things that we are going to, here you can see that Azure machine learning is a part of that, but we are not going to dig more into that. But you need to have some understanding on what exactly Azure machine learning is. So basically, Azure machine learning means it's a cloud platform for creating and operating machine learning solutions. You know that you'll be having some data with you. Okay, with that data, you're going to run some machine learning models. Okay, and then you can see that you can tell that it's an experiment. Okay, when you're running an experiment, what will happen? It is going to take this data and with the machine learning algorithm, you're going to get a model. Okay, so you're going to get a model. So this is the model, or you can call it as the program. And later on, this program or this model, you're going to deploy it as a web service. Okay, you are going to deploy it as a web service. In our earlier application, I showed you that I have trained one model and I deployed that service in Heroku. So that's one of the example. So always we are going to deploy the model as the web service. Okay, this is the important point that we need to take care of that. First of all, you need to have the data, and with that data, you're going to train your machine learning algorithms, and you're going to get a model, and finally, you're going to deploy the model as a web service. So this is the only concept that we are dealing here, machine learning part. And in the exams also, they are going to ask like in which way you're going to deploy your model. Okay, so in each of these lessons, you're going to learn more about that. And in the second lesson, I will tell you how to deploy all these models. So when we talk about the Azure Cognitive Services, okay, I told you there are several services, pre-packaged AI services. These all are the pre-built services. Okay, these all are the pre-built services that you can integrate in your AI application. So what all are the pre-built services? One is the language service. Okay, when it comes to the language service, for each of these, we will be having some modules. One is the text analysis. You can do the text analysis in language service. You can do the question answering. When we go through these modules, you can see that for each of these, we will be having some modules. Language understanding service is there. Translation is there. Translation means translating from one language to another. Okay, so that is translation. When it comes to the case of speech, we will be having the speech recognition, speech synthesis. That means speech generation. Then speech translation. We are converting speech from one language to speech in another language. That is speech translation. Then we will be having the speaker recognition. So these are some of the services available in speech service. Then when it comes to the case of vision, we will be having the image analysis, then video analysis. We can give the video as the input, and you're going to get so many features out from this video. Then you can do the image classification, object detection, facial analysis. That means facial recognition, facial detection, all those comes under this facial analysis. Then you'll be having the optical character recognition. That means OCR. OCR means we are with this OCR, we are going to read the text from images. Okay, that is the OCR. Then when it comes to the case of decision, you will be having okay, wait, you will be having the anomaly detector that comes under decision. Then you will be having the content moderation. That means whether some video comes in which category this video comes under. It is whether it's a racy content like that, adult content like that, it is going to detect. Then you will be having the content personalization. So these are the different services that comes under decision part. So main category are language, speech, vision and decision. So these are the main three categories that we are going to deal with. And apart from that, you will be having some Azure applied AI services. That means these are the services that you can directly use for the end-to-end application. That is form recognizer. You can give the forms. You can give the receipts, and you can recognize the fields from that, like the merchant phone number, like the merchant name, like the items that you have purchased, what is the price of that particular item. All those things can be extracted using the form recognizer. Then you will be having the immersive reader. Immersive reader means it's a reading solution for people in all ages. Okay, so it will read out the things for you. Then you'll be having the metrics advisor. So here you can actually analyze the time series data using the metrics advisor. Then you will be having the bot service. With this bot service, you can create your own bots. So think of the difference. So earlier I have a question regarding that. What's the difference between cognitive service and bot service? So bot service actually comes under Azure Applied AI Service. I hope that is clear to you, right? So this is a separate service. Then you will be having the video analyzer for media, where we are going to supply some videos and we are going to extract each and everything from that video, like related what all are the things there that the persons are saying in that video, and we can recognize the faces in that video. So many things can be done using this video analyzer. Then you will be having the cognitive search. So these are the applied AI services that you can use. So we will go into the details in each of these modules. So let me move forward. Then talking about the Azure bot service. This is another service that you are going to learn. So with the Azure bot service, we are going to create some bots, and for creating the bots, you can use the Azure bot SDK, bot framework SDK. That is the software development kit. And with the software development kit, you can create and design your own bots. And once you design your own bots, you can integrate that with the multiple channels, like you can integrate that with the Microsoft Teams, or you can integrate that with the web mails, or you can actually integrate that in the websites. Okay, so there may be several channels, and we can integrate these bots with the several channels. So this is all about the Azure bot service. We are going to learn about bot service in module 7. Okay. Then coming to the cognitive search. So cognitive search means, I told you that whenever you need to search anything, you directly go to the Google browser or Bing browser, and you're going to type there. Likewise, think like that. If you have a document with you and you need to search for specific words, and if you need to do that, normally what you're doing is you're going to read everything in that document. Okay, so it is a time-consuming task to find out the relevant information that you like. And another approach is that in every books you will be having some index. Okay, so in order to fastly reach out to that particular page, you are going to directly going to the index and looks for that particular word, and you're going to get the page number, and you're directly jumping to that page. Okay, so that is the normal procedure. And with the Azure Cognitive Search, what you can do is that you can have the documents. Okay, you can have the documents, and you can give the documents to the indexing service. So indexing is a procedure that will take care of this data. Okay, and from this data, it is going to create an index. Okay, it is going to create an index. And along with that, you're going to apply some AI enrichment pipeline. That means, for example, so let me tell you, suppose in your document, you need to detect in which language it is written. So you can do that. Suppose some sentence, you know that in chapters, we'll be having several sentences. You need to find out the sentiment of that. So if you need to find the sentiment of that sentence, you can do that using the AI enrichment pipeline. That means here you are going to use the cognitive services. Okay, you can integrate these cognitive services with the cognitive search for AI empowerment. And once you get this index, what you can do, you can search your queries in that index, and you're going to get the data. So it's a private mechanism. It's a private mechanism. So with the data that you're giving, it is going to create an index, and in that index, you're going to search for that. So this is the principle behind the Azure Cognitive Search. In the last module, we are going to have the complete understanding on how exactly this cognitive search will work. So this is the module review of the first. So this is the first question. So you need to give the answer. Which of the following best describes the prediction made by a machine learning model? The first option, absolutely correct values based on conditional logic. Second, randomly selected values with an equal chance of selection. Third one, probabilistic values based on correlation found in training data, which is the right answer.
Third one.
Probabilistic.
So what about others? I'm waiting for your response.
Third one.
The third one.
All of you are saying third one.
Third one.
Yeah.
Exactly. We cannot do any conditional logic here. Why? Because we don't know how to write a program. If you know the logic, you can write the program, right? So first answer is wrong. Second is randomly selected values with an equal chance of. It is entirely wrong, right? So here in this machine learning model, you're going to get some output, and for that output, you're going to get some probability scores. So third one is the right answer. Let's go to the next question. A data scientist has used Azure machine learning to train a machine learning model. How you can use the model in your application? This is the question. How you can use your model in your application? That means he trained one model, and how he or she can use that model in the application. So the first option, use Azure machine learning to publish the model as a web service. Second option, export the model as a cognitive service. Third option, you must build your application using machine learning designer, which is the right one.
First one.
Which one?
First one.
First one.
All the
Okay, what
modules
about
are.
others?
John.
Okay, what about
Second
others?
one, I think.
See, first and
Export the
second
model.
both are looks to be the thing appropriate.
Okay. What about others? So I need to get the response from all of you. So I am waiting for that.
Yeah,
All of you
first
responses
option.
are there.
First one.
Option. Second option. Okay. So what about others?
You told all the modules will be exposed as web service.
Yeah, I told one word. I told one sentence in that, right? Yeah. So the right answer will be the first one, because here thing like that, we will be having some predefined cognitive services. You are not going to export the model as a cognitive service. Okay, you are not going to export the model as a cognitive service. There are some cognitive services that is given by the Azure itself. We cannot do anything in that. So the idea is the first one is the right answer. Here you are using Azure machine learning to publish the model as a web service. Okay, that's why I have demonstrated that project, right? So once we get the model, you can publish that as a web service. So later on, anyone can use that model at the production level.
So it means I have to be tied with Azure like now till I am offering the service, right? I cannot go and host elsewhere.
Yeah, you can host your models in Azure also. For that, you will be having the Azure App Service. So there is a
and understand what I meant to say. Everything is even I build my web service internally. It will be linked to Microsoft Azure.
Right.
So I cannot even if I build something, I cannot take that part out and I can independently I cannot host. That's the meaning of second one, right?
Because you're not going to export as a cognitive. You can export the model. This is right. Because you can use TensorFlow in Azure. It's possible. You can use PyTorch in Azure. It's possible. But you cannot export it as a cognitive service. That's why I am going to remove this option.
I got it. That is what I mean to say. I cannot take that. There is a dependency on Azure always. Correct. When I develop something in the Azure, it has to be tied to that thing.
But you're telling that you cannot export the model. Export the model means thing like that. You can train your own models in Machine Learning Studio, and you can get the model out from there. And later on, you can use that model in some other application. It's possible. But here you cannot export the model as a cognitive service. Cognitive service means these are pre-built services.
Yeah, correct.
So if this option is not there, then it is right. Okay, if this is the only sentence that I'm getting, then it is right. We can export the model.
See, actually, it is possible, but they are not allowing that to since they are. It has to be. We have to use their service. That's simple as.
Right. Okay.
Because they want to.
If I'm using cognitive service, then I will be tied to Azure, I think. If it is my own machine learning model through Azure machine learning, then I can export it any day and then deploy it in another cloud or maybe any other.
Sure.
Platform.
You can do that. But
But
cognitive service
internally, it will be referring to Abhishek. It will be referring to Azure only, no? It needs to go and check their service only, no? Or cloud.
I mean,
we
once
cannot
the
say
model
like that.
is
Yeah, we
trained, I
cannot
think
say like that.
that model will have its own values. Then all I care about is those values which the model has trained for me. If I'm using my own like training model, then I can use that trained model which I have done and then deploy it anywhere
second
else.
answer is right now.
So
Cognitive service is by them
fine.
only, like their own
Yeah,
pre-trained
correct,
model, I think.
correct. That is what cognitive service means. I cannot use that and I cannot make my own service in the sense cognitive service,
Right.
it's tied to their Azure always.
Right. So when it comes to the case of Microsoft, they are
That
doing
one
like
is
that.
right.
When it comes to the case of Microsoft, they are actually training their model and export that as a cognitive service. It's by
API,
Microsoft.
correct.
It's not by us.
Yeah, correct. You train it everything and offer that as service to others. That's it.
Yeah, right. So that's why first is the right option. And what about the sorry for that. What is the last question? What about the last question? You want to index a collection of text documents and search them from a mobile application. Which service should you use to create the index?
So B, second, Azure Cognitive Search.
Service.
Yeah. You're going to get
Second.
that answer. Right. Cognitive search is the right answer. Cognitive search is the right answer. With the cognitive search, you're going to create the index and later on you can.
But Nithin sir, actually it doesn't matter, right? I can train that bot service. So bot service, no, it'll go and find the same thing anywhere, right? It doesn't matter, right? Even bot also can do that.
Yeah. In bot service, what we are doing is that we are going to connect that with the HTTP, some other websites. We can search from that, or you can use the fixed question answer page. We can link with that.
Correct,
that all things can be done with the bot service, and also we can actually integrate this cognitive search with the bot service.
Yeah, that's what.
So out of these three options,
this
two
second
of the
one
options
is
will be similar. Two of the options will be similar. We need to pick up the right one.
That's why they always confuse us.
Yeah, actually, when it comes to the case of exam, there may be some questions there we need to think a lot. We are getting confused regarding that. So that's the idea. So here, this is the cognitive search, and this is all about the Microsoft. This is all about the first module, and next is the important part that we need to taken care of that. So let me. How many of them are having these Azure accounts? Not Azure accounts, Microsoft accounts. How many of them are having these Microsoft accounts?
Yes, I have that.
I think we all
have from the university. Can we use the same account?
Don't try to use the university account. Don't try to use the university account or the company's account, because try to use your own personal mail IDs. It will be safer for you. So that's the first suggestion that I need to give you. And one more thing, most of them are having Outlook account, right? Outlook is the Microsoft account. And for some of the participants, you may not have any Outlook accounts. You may be using Gmail accounts. Is that right? Gmail accounts. So in my case, I'm using
Gmail as Microsoft account.
Gmail, and you need to register your Gmail account in the Microsoft. That's the thing that we need to do. So I hope that it's clear to you. So you will be having your personal mail IDs, and that personal mail IDs can be the Microsoft account directly. That means you will be having the Outlook accounts, and some of them are having the Gmail accounts. But that Gmail account is not linked with the Microsoft. The first procedure that you need to do is that you need to link your Gmail account with the Microsoft account if you're using like that. If you're using Microsoft Outlook account, then you don't need to do anything here. So let me show you that. Can you see this page? So,
yes.
Okay. So here you will be having the option for creating a Microsoft account. I will share this link with you. So please follow my instructions. After that only you need to do that. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to do that. So please follow my instructions. If you have the Outlook account, you can directly go and sign in. Okay, if you have the Outlook account, you can directly go and sign in with that account. If you use Gmail as your personal account, then what you can do? go and create a Microsoft account. Go and create a Microsoft account. And here, okay, for me, it's already logged in. So let me log out. You can see that I'm using Gmail account, right? So I'm using Gmail account. So let me log out from there.
Yes. So we just need to register our Gmail accounts as Microsoft accounts.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying like that. So I need to open that in Igniter mode. Otherwise, it will create problems. So here, go and create a Microsoft account. And here you will be having the option for giving the mail ID. Here you can give your Gmail ID. Is that clear? Is that clear? Here you need to give the Gmail ID and get registered with the Microsoft. And if you need to get a new mail ID, then you can click here. And at that time, it is asking for like this, outlook.com. So by default, Outlook is the Microsoft account. And if you need to use your Gmail ID, you can do like that. If you need to use the Yahoo mail ID, your personal mail ID, do that and go and create that account. After creating that account, you need to sign in with that Gmail ID. Okay, you need to sign in with that Gmail ID. This is the first thing that you need to do. Okay, if it is successful, then it's okay. Is that clear? Do you have any doubts in this? Do you have any doubts in this? Do you have any doubts in this? Can you do that? Can you do that?
Yeah, we are trying to do, sir. Yeah.
So actually, don't call me sir. You can call me Nithin, right?
Sure,
you
Nithin.
can call me Nithin. Again, I am saying that you need to go to the Microsoft portal and register your Gmail with the Microsoft by creating a new Microsoft account. And after that, you need to verify that whether you are able to sign in. So if that's possible, then we are good to go. Don't try to use your university ID or don't try to use your company mail ID. Okay, so use your personal mail ID. Always I'm saying that use your personal mail ID. Sometimes what happens is that if you have some subscription menu from your university, they may disable some of the options. And if you're using the university mail ID, then you are in trouble. Okay, you are in trouble. So don't do that. Anyone created that account? So can I get the confirmation?
Yes. Done and logged in.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So it's good to give the confirmation in the chat box. So I can proceed with that because installation, there is some procedures that we need to take care. Otherwise, we are not able to run that. Okay, that's why I'm saying that we need to carefully do all these installations. We need to carefully do all these installations. Okay, that's good, Pravina Gautam. And after creating that account, you need to verify that. Okay, Sandosh. After creating that account, you just need to. Okay. So you can have a break for 10 minutes. You can have a break for 10 minutes. Actually, what happened is that we exceeded the time. So a lot of things to cover within this 4 days. So let me take a break of 10 minutes. Okay. So all of you need to do that. All of you need to do that. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah, Nithin.